Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss what is block in Java and what is block scope in Java. Remember, this video is very important and a prerequisite to understand loops and control structures in Java. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Let's start. So what is a block? A block consists of one or more Java statement that is enclosed in a pair of curly brackets. So anything that you write between two curly brackets, that is one block of code. Now what are these blocks used for? Blocks define the scope. They define the scope of your variables, control structures, and loop. Now the third point is they can be nested blocks. What does nested blocks mean? Like you can have one block inside another block. In this nested blocks, you may not declare the identically named variables. Now, all these 4 points, let's see in the code. The first point is a block consists of one or more Java statements enclosed in a pair of curly brackets. So in this example, you can see that at line 2, I am starting one block of code. So you can see this one curly bracket. Actually, it's a main method. And this curly bracket starts which ends at line 9. So this is the one block of code. This is basically the main method scope. The second is blocks define the scope of your variable. What does this mean? Like the scope starts at line 2 and ends at 9. For variables, it means that if you are defining one variable in this scope, you cannot define a variable with the same name again in this scope. If you do, it will give you a compilation error. For example, I have defined a variable int a at line 3. Now, till line 9, I cannot define again a variable with the name a. If you do, it will give you a compilation error. The third point is they can be nested block. What does this mean? You can have one block inside the other block. So you can see that I have one block which starts at line 2 and ends at 9. And then within that, I have another block which starts at line 4 and ends at 7. And if you define a variable in this block, like the one which starts at 4 and ends at 7, as the scope ends at line 7, scope of this block ends, then you can again define a variable b, because this variable b is not visible outside this scope. This is very important. So this is a 4 point that I just explained. So this is pretty much it, theory about the block and the block scope. It is not that big topic, but I guess it is prerequisite to understand the control structures and the loop. Now let's quickly see the practical for block code, and for that I'm going to declare a class, say block scope, and there I'm going to add a main method. Now inside this main method I'm going to declare a variable, say int a is equal to 4. This is also a block which starts at line 2 and ends at 4. And what is the scope of this variable a? It is this block where this is defined, like the block which starts at line 2 and ends at line 4. So you cannot declare a variable named a again in this block. If you try to do so, like if I say int a is equal to 5, it will give me a compilation error saying that variable a is already defined in the scope. Suppose I remove this and I give a loop while a is greater than 0. For now, don't get confused with the syntax of while loop. Of course, we are going to cover this in our later videos, but I'm just showing how this works, like how this scoping works. This while loop also has this curly brackets in its signature, and this is also a block of code. So if I try to declare in this block, like which starts at line 4 and ends at line 6, if I try to do so, int a is equal to 5, I do, then also I'll get this error. It will say that variable a is already defined in the scope. Why? Because this while loop also comes within these curly bracket, which starts at line 2 and ends at line 7. So here also it is the same scope, so you cannot declare the variable a here. But suppose I say int b is equal to 5. This works perfectly fine because we don't have variable b defined yet. Also, this block, it is only from line 4 and 6. So the scope of variable b, it is only from line 4 and 6. So if you try to declare variable b again, saying int b is equal to 6, then this works perfectly fine. Why? Because this is outside this scope. So yeah, that's how this blocks in Java works and how this scoping of variables are there depending on the blocks. This is also important for control structures and loops when we are going to study probably from the next videos, the control structures and the loop, we'll see how these blocks of the code are important there. For now, this is it from the practical. For more such Java videos, tutorials, and interview questions, please subscribe to my channel Code. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.